You're welcome to another exciting edition of Inside Blockchain. And you're watching on Crypto TV Plus, the most trusted source on cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. My name is Tony Obiajuru. Today on the show, I've got a very special guest who is going to be talking to us about decentralized commodity trading for emerging markets. I have with me the CEO of Binkabi, Quan Le, and he's not here alone. He is joined by his community associate, by Femi Royal. How are you guys?
Very good.
Yeah, thanks
Nice
for coming.
to be
Good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, now before we get engrossed with Binkabi, okay, so tell me quickly, what does it really mean to have a decentralized commodity trading?
So the decentralized commodity trading is about the trading that happen between people to people. So really peer-to-peer trading without involvement from a central party.
Okay.
So what it means is that it will cut down a lot of layers of middlemen,
Okay.
but also a lot of inefficiencies,
Okay.
utilizing the blockchain technology.
All right.
So in the end, there will be more profit to be distributed along the supply chain for commodities,
All right.
meaning that farmers at the end of the chain can benefit more from their production.
Okay.
So ultimately, it's about more income for farmers in emerging markets, but
Alright.
also fairer profit distribution for other actors along the supply chain.
Okay, fantastic. Now, in specific, commodities like what are we looking at here?
So commodities are what feed us,
Okay.
like agriculture commodities like rice,
Okay,
cassava,
Okay.
cashews, cotton,
Alright.
our clothes.
Okay.
What also build our house, for example, the materials that go into the cement,
Construction.
the construction
okay.
materials that go into building our house,
Okay.
the electricity that runs our cities and
Okay.
our house,
Okay.
but also the transportation system that make
yeah,
to
definitely.
carry us from one
From one
place,
place to another. Okay.
So those are the essential things in life
Okay.
that we have to depend on every day.
Okay, fantastic. Now, you are the CEO of Binkabi. Tell me about Binkabi. What really is Binkabi?
So Binkabi is as we mentioned at the beginning, is a decentralized commodity trading platform.
Okay.
What we proud ourselves is what we call commodities 3.0.
Okay.
And what we meant by that is we basically enable, really bring down the barrier to entries
Okay.
in terms of commodity trading, so that a lot of people can enter commodity trading.
Okay.
What it means is that it will bring more liquidity to the market, but
Okay.
ultimately it's about solving the problem in the commodity supply chains.
Okay, fantastic.
That we're talking about.
Yeah, so you mentioned problems. What exactly are those problems that Binkabi is solving?
Sure. So the problems are what we call, first of all, is what we call frictions.
Okay.
Secondly is funding
All right.
and fairness.
Okay.
And I'll just go in turn. So frictions, we mentioned about middleman before.
All right.
The fact that when going to the supply chain, there's many non-value adding middlemen.
Okay.
So we're saying that not all middlemen are not good,
Okay.
but sometimes they charge too much. So when they charge too much, meaning that there's less profit to distribute to other people in the supply chain,
Yeah.
especially the farmers.
Okay.
So frictions in terms of middlemen, but also we talk about cross-border commodity trading.
All right.
When emerging countries have to trade with each other,
Okay.
but the fact that they have to go to a currencies that has nothing to do with their country, for example, US dollars
Yeah.
or euro, and the fact that they have to source these currencies in order to trade,
Okay.
we also consider that to be a friction.
All right.
So every trade involved two exchanges of currencies,
Okay.
which means that the cost of trade would increase dramatically.
Yeah, definitely.
So that is friction.
Okay.
Number two is we call funding, which is very expensive for farmers and other commodity producers to be able to borrow
access
money.
funds. Yeah.
if they are lucky. And most of the time they are not lucky, therefore they are not able to even borrow money
At all.
at all. So funding is a major issue. So for example, the farmers in developed markets like the UK or the US can borrow, let's say, less than 5%, but farmers in Nigeria, farmers in other developing markets have to borrow at 20%.
Okay.
So you're still growing the same crop, but if you have to have much higher cost of funding, making the profit becomes a lot less.
Yeah.
But also, most of the time you are not able to borrow. So that is the funding issues.
Okay.
And then finally, we call fairness, which is about farming is one of those professions in developing markets. Farming is one of those professions where high risk doesn't equal high returns. So farming is incredibly risky because anything could happen at harvest. Like when you are been working very hard for 3 months, and then at harvest there's suddenly a flood, and then it could destroy the entire harvest.
Take away everything, yeah.
But so it's hard to grow something, but when you grow a lot of it, so when you have a bumper harvest, then the price is low.
Yeah.
And when the price is high, meaning that there are actually not a lot to sell.
Yeah, definitely.
So farming is one of that profession where high risk doesn't translate into high return.
Okay.
So what we want to do is we think that it's a unfair situation, and we would like to be able to address these issues of friction, funding, and fairness.
Fantastic. Now coming to you, Femi, tell me quickly, what's your role in the Binkabi ecosystem?
Earlier you said community associate.
Yeah, that was definitely a communication associate.
I'm the communication associate for Binkabi.
Yeah,
I work here in Nigeria, and I coordinate the activities of Binkabi in Nigeria.
Okay.
So I lead the tokenization process of commodities that will be launching in the next couple of weeks. And going forward, I also run communication activities. I get people in Nigeria to know about what we're doing in the global space, and beyond that, how they can be involved and how they can be engaged with this very innovative idea. Okay, so how do you reach out to those people and bring them together to get themselves involved in what's going on with Binkabi? Oh yes, we have a lot of communication channels from our website, binkabi.io, through our Telegram groups and our social media channels. So we kind of find a way to bring them all together, especially on Telegram, where they get announcements on the regular about what is currently happening with Binkabi and how they can be involved with it. Okay, great. Now let's go on this quick break. Let's go on a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be looking at the solutions that Binkabi are providing in the market space. So stay tuned.
Hi, this is Cynthia Petian with AWS Mining.
I'm Alexia Hefty-Rossier.
I'm Anand Mohan from Technobrain.
This is Anu Bardwaj from Women Investing, Women Digital.
And you are watching...
You're watching
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Before the break, my guest and I were talking about decentralized commodity trading for emerging markets. Right now, we are going to be looking at the solutions of Binkabi, which is providing one of these services. So, Quan, what are the solutions of Binkabi?
Sure. So, right now we have two products. One product is a cross-border commodity trading platform that is based on blockchain technology. So we call it a barter block because we remember before we talk about the issue of frictions, the fact that even though there are millions of farmers producing, but when it comes to export, there's only a few companies doing it. And the fact that small, medium companies cannot export directly, but has to go through another company. So we want to enable small, medium enterprise to be able to export directly to other emerging markets. So reducing the intermediation in trade, but also with first product called barter block, we also look to solve the issue of over-reliance on US dollars. So in our system, through Barter Block, the smart bartering technology that we have, when people import, they actually pay with their local currencies. So remember, a couple of years ago in Nigeria, we got this crisis of not having enough US dollars because of collapse in oil price. Suddenly, the country not only receiving less in terms of income from oil, but its ability to trade was severely limited because it didn't have US dollars. So imagine a situation where you can import using your own currencies and saving all those FX conversions. So the first product, Barter Block, is basically a commodity marketplace with a smart bartering mechanism at the back. The second product is commodity trading, commodity exchange. So here we focus more on domestic. So if the first product focus more on cross-border, the second product focus more on domestic. So this product is about issuing and trading of commodities on the blockchain. What we mean by that is that we can turn in commodities into blockchain tokens through a warehouse receipt system with tokenized warehouse receipt and provide facilities for that to be traded. So suddenly that can then open to much wider market and to farmers, but also to people like ourselves to be able to buy directly from farmers through this exchange.
All right, fantastic. Now, Femi, what caught your interest about Binkabi?
Okay, first I grew up farming. My parents are also farmers. I also studied agriculture in the university. And the last couple of years I've been working in the agricultural system. So when I came in contact with Binkabi and understood the innovativeness of the project and how it's going to solve real-time problems that farmers encounter. You remember that I have a good knowledge of what these farmers encounter. So, and I see that these technologies can deal with all these things sustainably. Then I felt, oh, this is the best time to come in and get on board. And it's been interesting so far. And for anybody who is concerned about food security in Nigeria, and of course the many challenges that we're encountering with respect to commodity exchange on the forex market, then we should key into this project. Because of course, on the long run, it's going to be able to pay off and get our people to, especially the local farmers, to get fairness, like Ia said earlier.
Okay, that's great. We're actually running out of time. So, but before I let you guys go, where can anyone reach you guys? Quickly, go ahead.
Sure. So our website is www.binkabi.io, and our Telegram channel where you can ask any questions and get answers within 5 minutes is t.me/binkabi_io. So that is our Telegram channel.
All right. So that's basically all the channels that are available right now.
Sure. Before we part, can I just talk a little bit more about the what really differentiates Binkabi compared to other projects? So it comes down to 3 things. One is we are solving a real-world problem. So we are not just about providing a tool in the blockchain space, but we actually see the problems in the real world, in the commodity supply chain. The commodities are the things that are so essential in our everyday life. And there are multiple issues that we discussed about. So we are solving those issues using the blockchain technology, not the other way around. So sometimes people very excited about the blockchain technology and they try to find the problem to solve. But we come from the real world and solve that using the blockchain technology. The second thing is that we are one of those projects. Because we come from the real world, we already have tractions in terms of customers and partners. So, for example, I mentioned about the commodity exchange earlier. We actually have a partner in Nigeria to set up a commodity exchange based on the blockchain technology. So we are further ahead in terms of tractions. And then finally, Number 3 is whilst we are solving problems for the farmers, for 500 million farmers in the world, we are also creating new asset class within the blockchain space, crypto space, because the tokens that we create are commodity-backed tokens, and they are not correlated to the rest of the crypto space. So it helps crypto investors to be able to balance their portfolio and get exposure to some of the most traded commodities in the world. But at the same time, in doing so, they indirectly help small farmers in emerging markets. So those are the 3 things that would differentiate our project
from every other project. All right, thank you so much, guys. And we've come to the end of the show. Don't forget, for more information, news updates, analysis, interviews, and blockchain events, visit our website at cryptotvplus.com. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. My name is Tony Obiajiru. Until I come your way next time, it's bye for now.
Good.
Okay, so